Hey everybody, this is TheBiggWiggs, and welcome back to Dark Souls, no soul level run. This is a little embarrassing, but once again, microphone has not recorded the narration that it should have. So I have all the gameplay footage, but none of the narration. So this is going to be after-recorded narrations on what we're doing today. Which is awful, because I did talk through the entirety of everything you're seeing right now. Fucking sucks. But anyways, you know, it's not that big of a deal. So, last time I did this, I just sort of blamed myself the whole goddamn time. But I guess this is another Wiggs of Gaming past vid. So basically what I'm explaining right now is that this is my least favorite part of the game. I don't really like this area. I don't like the big gigantic stone guardian guys, because I just got smacked in the back of the head. I don't like the lightning demons that are down there. I don't like the little parkour thing that's right after him. It's all around my least favorite part of Dark Souls, because it's difficult, but it's not difficult in the way the rest of the game is. So I'm not sure if I should explain some of the tricks I'm doing right now. If you shoot this guy with the bow and arrow, then he'll actually fall backwards. Usually he'll jump off backwards, but I think in this case he just gets shot in the head and falls to his doom. Which is always a really nice thing to do. If I sound like really out of breath and stuff, it's partly because I'm a big fat guy, but also partly because I recorded this, which was about a half hour of talking, and immediately after record another chivalry video, and that also didn't go through with the sound. So, I'm tired, basically. So, I was kind of hoping that other arrow would kill that lightning dude. He'd fall off really stupidly, just like his friend did. He didn't. It's a little bit of a shame, and now he's projectile spamming. The lightning demons, another one of my least favorite enemies in the whole game. They only show up in this part, thankfully. But that's also partly because when you attack them, they, there's a really weird flinching knockback thing they do. And so, I mean, you always have to constantly, you can't just combo them. You have to attack, run up a bit, attack, run up a bit, attack, run up a bit. Take massive bleed damage, and then finish him off. And that's fine, unless he's, in like a really open spot, open space, where he can just sort of get away. Or, once again, in a narrow fuck corridor, where you can projectile spam. That's kind of awful. Still dealing with one of my least favorite parts. I usually have pyromancy for this section of the game. And I don't, because as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, I'm playing a level 4 character. I'm not leveling that character at all, and I don't have enough attunement slots for any magic whatsoever. I think there's a ring that fixes that, but I don't have it on me. So I'm now explaining I was explaining. Of course, that information of what I was explaining is lost forever. I was explaining how this goes. We can come down here, and there's going to be 2 lightning demons behind those walls. And there's also going to be a dragon bow archer shooting constantly at us. The handrails, if you can even call them that, will protect us for a little bit. But, I mean, there's also a chance that we'll just get nailed in the face. And I don't think it's a one-hit kill. But it might be. I don't think I'm hit with the dragon bow shots that much at all, even. So basically, we're going to come in through here. And there's a little trick you can do here. The lightning demons, they like to jump up and smack down their sword spears. And we watch here, one tries it, falls off the edge, and dies. Which is nice. Now you've got 2 to deal with it. And then we're just going to introduce not lightning claws, spoiler alert, regular claws to lightning face. Which is pretty effective. Of course, we're going to get some arrows on our heels. We're going to dodge out the way of that. Take a deep breath, because this is scary. I'm not sure if you've noticed our souls, but it says 40,501. And that would suck to lose. I've actually never done this part first time before. Ever. And it's really scary, because if you get kind of far and then die, you're basically lost all of your souls. And losing 40,000 souls is a huge, huge, huge loss. At least, that's what it feels like. There's nothing to spend them on. That's for damn sure. So it's not that big of a loss. But there's also just resources you could stock up on. You could stock up on Titanite shards. You could stock up on large Titanite shards. That way all of your weapons can be nice and fleshed out. It's really bad to just lose, 40k of anything. But, yeah, the whole point of this is you have to spread out this long, no handrails. Parry this guy. You can probably kill him without parrying him. Parrying these guys is the easiest way to kill him, though. Can't get around him, have to wait for him to get up. He does the same attack, I do the same attack back at him. And boom. I would like to mention, on the way running over to him, you can be shot in the back by the second one. But yeah, you just follow this path that I'm showing off right here. And you walk through the thing. And this is me screaming, "Yay, I did it!" Except you can't hear it. Because, yeah. The mic wasn't recording the voice. What happens is that I use DX Tori now. I used to use Fraps a lot, but I moved over to DX Tori because it was for reasons. Actually makes the frame rate a little bit better, that's why. So the reason I did that, I should be editing things out, but now that I'm talking over it, it's going to be really frustratingly difficult to do that. So this is me kindling the bonfire. Becoming human and getting rid of humanity. Which is... I would have edited that out. It would have been so much easier if I just remembered that and stopped talking, but I didn't. So, since we got through that first part without dying, my idea was we'd get to the blacksmith. And we do get to the blacksmith, spoiler alerts, I do get the lightning claws. Mainly because lightning, it gets rid of any scaling effect with your weapon. And I know that scaling is very good for all weapons. In fact, I kind of made a big deal about it when I went to find the claws. But I'm also a bit of an idiot. And scaling works well when you have the ability to increase your dexterity. Which I don't. I don't have that ability. That ability is lost on me because this is no solo run. Excuse me. My voice is getting really dry. I should have some water. Where's my water? But, so we're just kind of force-stucking these, Silver Knight people. And, so after we get Lightning Claws, it's, like I was saying, it gets rid of scaling, but also adds just raw base damage increase. Partly in the form of physical damage, because once you heal up, it does do better than the, +5, or +10 that the claws are at now, but also in the form of, extra lightning damage. So it's a really nice upgrade, especially when we get it, because these guys are actually weak to lightning. If you didn't know that, the Knight dudes, as well as the Black Knight dudes, and hopefully Gwyn as well. And I don't know, hopefully Gwyn just kills himself before we get there, and hopefully I'll wake up one day and just be a millionaire and have 3 different girlfriends, all of which are amazingly hot. But that's probably not going to happen. So, but the Silver Knight dudes, they are weak to lightning. Someone who isn't weak to lightning, though, is Ornstein and Smog. I'm fairly certain they're not weak to lightning. It'd be really weird if Ornstein was weak to lightning when he throws lightning bolts. I'm sorry if this commentary is getting all really disjointed. It's just, I've seen all this before. And that... I was there, I was in it. I was like, oh my god, we're doing really good. Look, we're fighting a thing, we're parrying, and it's nice. And then I like looked back on it like, no, I gotta do it all over again. All that tension in the video is going to be gone. But hey, at least we can see how many times I die. Unless I ruin it here, I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. This isn't like a scripted thing by any stretch of the imagination. Almost dead. I heal up. Hiding behind a pillar, always a great idea. And in Anor Londo, you can kind of get through most of the game without bothering to parry fairly easily. But something about the Silver Knight guys is just brutally fucking annoying. They're just fast enough so you can't just run around them. They don't attack often enough so you can't really run around with ease either. And they do a lot of damage as well. So parrying becomes like, hey, it's like the easiest thing you could do. And so you're kind of forced to learn a bit. And we've just gone down here into, I think it's Havel's room. I'm not sure why his room is like tucked underneath like an imaginary wall. Well, that's like to imagine is. I think this is the first time we've seen a mimic in this game. In this playthrough, not in this game. Obviously, we've seen many mimics throughout the course of the other Let's Play that I did. By the way, great announcement. Well, maybe not an announcement. we get to a point in the game where it's like, we're at like 20-something deaths, kind of approaching 30 a bit, and we're already to the point where Dark Souls Season 2 started. So we're doing absolutely fantastic on death levels. It's really nice. And also, recently hit 100 videos. And I was thinking like, oh, I should do like a special thing. And then I realized like 60 of those videos are the Dark Souls, and I already did like a brief summary of all those in my Dark Souls highlights. If you haven't seen it, check out the channel at www.youtube.com/TheBiggWiggs, Dark Souls highlights. I'm not sure if that can actually fit into like a little thing, but hey! It's there. If you're interested. So anyways. Did do a Chivalry video. It's not going to go up. I'm going to have to redo it, which sucks. But at the same time, I like playing Chivalry, so it's alright. So we got Havel's armor. Havel's armor is very good defensive-wise, very good even resistance-wise, I believe. Awful for weight. It's probably one of the heaviest goddamn things on the face of the earth. It looks cool, though. Obviously, we can't carry it, even though we have Havel's ring, because we're just too damn weak. We're level 4. Not enough strength, not enough endurance. Doesn't really matter about strength, but nowhere near enough endurance to really accept the carry weight, unless we want to be the walking level 4 wall, which usually doesn't work. Another mimic, and I don't know that just because I remember doing this part, but also because the chain is in the shape of a little question mark, so you can actually see if there's a mimic before attacking it. Not that attacking regular chests has any adverse effects whatsoever. It's very, very easy just to attack every single chest that you see, and never worry about mimics again. These 4 quick tips, mimics hate them, blah blah blah, internet thing, make your penis larger. Yeah, that's kind of what it's about. So of course we attack basically the inner thighs of the mimic until it dies. And I mean, maybe a quick smack on the ass too. I'm real sorry about this. I really should have something to drink. My voice is just going. Stop talking, you've talked too much. But whatever. Hopefully this is actually a bit more consistent talking type things as well. We can branch into some interesting subjects like I don't know. About nothing. But how fucking ridiculous these mimics are with their HP, how they can take like 50 million hits and still not die. Maybe about how, I don't know. I'm human? That's a thing. Will I get invaded, guys? I haven't. I'm surprised. I've been a lot more human than I was in the other game, yet I haven't really been invaded that much. I was a little bit invaded in the gargoyles section, but then I went into like the boss battle. Like I only know that because I went to the boss battle, and then it said someone was kicked out of my world because I went to the boss battle section. Yeah, but that's that. Killing another Silver Knight dude, mainly because I don't want him aggroing on me when I turn my back on him. Dark Souls seems like the type of game that would give ridiculous aggro to people just because you're not really looking at them. But at the same time, Silver Knights aren't that big of a deal to handle when you have as much speed as my character does. Just from the Darkwood Grain Ring. That guy, not sure why he stood back up. Maybe so he could faceplant. Make his death really dramatic. That's fine. You can do that. It's totally fine to do that, you guys. Actually, I'm gonna pause it here. I really need something to drink. And I have obtained some water. I probably didn't need to tell you guys that I got some water, but I did. And just to emphasize, I got water. Oh, it's good for the soul. So, what was I talking about? I just remembered I never really explained what DxTory did that kind of made it screw up. So DxTory is, of course, a game screen recording software. I think it's very good. It does like adversely affect your game less. Keeps the frames nice and high. But the biggest problem I have with it is that, let's say you have a mic that plugs in as like a USB, like I do. And let's say it has a really bright light on it that says it's on, so it like keeps you up at night because it's like basically a nightlight. And so you want to unplug it. The problem is if you unplug it with DxTory on and then plug it back in, DxTory will no longer recognize that it's a microphone. You have to go to the option and say, hey, DxTory, record from this microphone. And that just didn't happen. It's an accident. It was a stupid thing. I should have checked on it. I'm usually quite good at checking on it because, as you know, this has happened before. Way back in Dark Souls, first place, Season 2. Which actually isn't that long ago at all, back when I killed Manus. That's still a few months ago. Man, it's been a few months. I've been doing this for almost 6 months, guys. I mean, obviously, some people do it for like 6 years, but You know, I feel like it's a bit of an accomplishment. So, what we're doing now is just clearing out some of the rooms, making sure we get everything we can from Orlando. But I have another drink of water because my voice, like I said, it really hurts. I'm really sorry, by the way, if you can hear me gulping it. It's probably a really disgusting noise. But so's coughing. So, really, it's a zero-sum game. And probably swallowing as well. So, we're just sort of going through it, checking out, make sure there's no missing chests, just really dragging our asses around. I know exactly where to go to get to the areas. I'm just... And Orlando, the enemies are kind of tough, but there's not that many of them. So if you know where they are, then you can kind of have free reign of the whole building. And there's a guy over here. I hate him so much just because he's just... That was such bullshit. I died there. So yeah. Gotta edit this part out real quick. Alright, there we go. So editing has been complete. That is my 31st death throughout this entire playthrough. And I got stabbed again, but it's fine. So yeah, we are doing much better than we did in my last playthrough. If I remember correctly, it was 126 for my full, complete, basically vanilla-y is what I'm going to call it, even though it's not necessarily true. Playthrough of Dark Souls with my big tanky character, already doing much better than that other one. Of course, bosses are still a bit of an issue, especially when I can't really find any assistance with them. But, what can you do? Hopefully Smoke and Ornstein will be a bit easier. Hint, hint, they're not. But, thankfully, this level doesn't require much editing at all. I don't die that much. I don't backtrack that much. I just sort of go through the game, and that's it. So, usually some more faster pace, switching back and forth, and do this and this and this, blah, blah, blah. Isn't in this one. So I can just sort of constantly talk through it. And it's fine. This is a bit of a bastard area to be. If you're not careful, you'll aggro 2 of these Silver Knights, which is never good. I do not recommend it ever. If you can avoid aggroing both 2 Silver Knights, your life's going to be much easier. I mean, admittedly, parrying does give you invincibility. You know, no one can hit you. No one can do anything. But then when you're out of it, you're kind of in like this sword party. Like, basically, it's a mosh pit, but everyone's wearing spike armor. And you're not. You're just fleshy and vulnerable. And then you're also in a mosh pit. So, that guy, he wasn't that big of a problem. This other dude has a bow. That's why you really don't want to aggro him. Because then he can just fuck your game over. And, I'm actually really sad. I've drinking all my water while editing. It took like 10 seconds to edit. That's the last of my water. Hopefully it'll make more because I got ice in it. Over the course of the rest of this little conversation we're having with ourselves. Very likely, it's hot here in Florida. So hopefully it'll melt. Anyways, we're just dealing with this other Silver Knight who was an archer. He's probably not going to pull out his bow anytime soon. We are kind of just in his face. And we've taken him out. Right, good job. Little golf clap there. Mainly because it's not that exciting. Because I knew what was happening. We have 57,000 souls. We did manage to pick up our souls again when we died that first time. That's good. Now if you go to the left down this hallway, you go into the fucking bastard demon thing. Like the one-legged stump demon with the horrible crescent spear. Yeah, he's a real asshole. And even on my tankier character, he was just not leveled correctly. He just, like, the thing was over level, killed him like one hit. And that was my character with, like, health and defense and a good shield and a good weapon. So I'm not going anywhere near him. I'm kind of ignoring the fact that there are 2 spear guys in this room. But once again, the game gives you a little bit of a break. And says, you know, we're not going to let this other guy aggro unless he gets right in his personal space. So, yeah, it gives us opportunity just to deal with one each of the times. And I'm still really thirsty, I'm sorry. So, as we take care of these guys, it's opened up the area to the blacksmith, and I'll also open up the area to the boss room. Because I do attempt the boss once, just to get a good idea of what the boss is going to be like. I think you guys can imagine what happens. if it's anything like my first vid. So my first vid of Dark Souls Season 2 was a run at the bosses, at the Smog and Ornstein. The whole video was Smog and Ornstein. It was like 10 minutes long, and it featured a lot of deaths. Like, every other thing was a death. And it was really, really, really depressing, because although I edited it down to like 10 minutes, it had been like an hour. I was playing the game for an hour, the same part for an hour. And if you've never done that in a game, for one, it's really satisfying when you finally beat it. I think my voice goes as high as humanly possible for my voice to be when I do win. Like some insanely high pitch. But at the same time, it's just... I'm hoping that I've developed skill at the game. And let's get back to what's going on. If we run across here, we get to the blacksmith. And the blacksmith in this situation uses Titanite chunks and can then give your weapons lightning damage, which is phenomenal. Lightning damage is phenomenal. Not many enemies are weak or immune to it or strong against it, so it's really just a great damage increase, especially if you have a weapon that scale well. Of course, all weapons don't scale well with my character, because my character has no scaling, because it has no build. So, oh god, because I've started like recording a narration over this one, I have no idea how much time I have left. Scroll down some. We got a bit of time left. Oh god, where am I? We got a bit of time left. So, we're just sort of debating, do we want lightning claws or not? In the end, we say yes. Lightning is a fantastic attribute. And if you put it on most weapons, it's usually a fantastic weapon to carry you all the way, even into NG+. So it's always a good idea to do it. Unfortunately, because we've sort of slacked off on exploration, Titanite chunks are an extraordinarily short supply. Usually you can get 1 or 2 levels into lightning instead of just lightning claws. But at this point, I just don't have the chunks necessary. Need more chunks! More chunks. So, okay, I clicked on the screen. I'm not sure if that's done anything. It looks like it's still good, though. So, we're back to tapping away at some stuff. We're looking at shields. What shield do we want? What shield do we not want? I got like a whole bunch of sparkling titanite? Shining titanite? Twinkling titanite, that's what it was. Because I think, oh, the crush shield would be good, but I changed my mind and just said, nah, fuck it. Let's just keep this other shield that we have, the Hollow Knight shield. Really do need a better shield. But at the same time, you know, lightning damage is what Ornstein does. I think it's also a little bit like in his attacks as well, so blocking it's very good. So I think I'd made the right decision by keeping the Hollow Knight shield, and I really hope I choose quickly that stupid thing. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, I'm really sorry, by the way, that this isn't a live commentary, it's a post-commentary. But then again, I guess there is no live commentary anymore because of all of the not live attributes of it. But, obviously some menu management. Could probably edit this out. Don't want to restart the recording, don't want to fiddle around with editing. I wanted to be done with this so badly, you don't even know. But it's fine. So, since we're kind of doing a little bit off-topic talking here, and since this is boring menu stuff, college for me has started again. And I'm going to college, and I didn't think I was that smart either. So, I'm studying psychology, no less. The study of the human mind that even experts cannot unravel or explore or explain. It's something I'm going to be dabbling in. Which is probably a waste of money from a skill and intelligence standpoint. But, you know, yeah, it's fun. It's a fun class. Fun classes, I should say. That means there will be a chance at lesser videos. At the same time, my work's sort of slowing down because it's in the between the holidays and the blah blah blah. You know this. I'm in college. I'm also a part-time cashier. So work's slowing down. I'm not sure that's gonna affect video output, but at the exact same time, video output is like, anyways. Like there'll be times when I don't have videos up for like 5 days in a row or a week in a row, and then I'll do like 3 in one day. So just check back maybe once a week, and maybe there'll be a few videos up. But if there's like this sudden drop in content, that's usually mean there's a big test coming up or something. So what I've done just there is I've unlocked a shortcut from the beginning of Anorlando to the end of Anorlando, which is like the most obvious thing you should do. It's really, really important to do that. And so now we're like, alright, we got the lightning claws. Alright, we got a nice shield going. Alright, we want some more Estus flasks, because now we're gonna attempt the boss. We're just gonna try and see what we're doing. So, I will see you guys back at the boss fog. Yes, this isn't the boss fog, but hey, you know, get off my case, Mom. This is a little run part we're going through. This is, getting past these 2 nights can be difficult. Or you can just juke the ever-living shit out of them, just like that. And I expected Knight Solaire's sign to be here somewhere, but I must have missed it, or maybe it's somewhere completely else entirely. Maybe it's back in the bonfire, who knows. So we're now fighting Smough and Ornstein. The battle goes about as well as you could be expected. This is a very tough boss fight, I feel. Because it's the only boss fight where there's 2 things to really consider. I mean, it's just insane. A good thing I noticed, though, even in game, is that when Ornstein stabbed me there, it didn't do any damage. It was all completely deflected against, which is nice. That time it wasn't. I was kind of slashed in the back like a wuss. But it's nice to know that my shield, at least for some of Ornstein's attacks, isn't entirely useless. He's coming in for a second slash attack. We're cartwheeling out of the way, and then Smough just sort of rocks my world. But yeah, that was a little bit of a shotgun. I barely did any damage to Ornstein, but at the same time, I know from my last playthrough, if you do like a triple strike on Ornstein, then he flinches, which is nice. So that's going to be hopefully a thing. Knight Solaire's there. He's a bit of an asshole for not being there when I needed him. But hey, that'll be the end of this video. Hopefully next time I can get my shit together and not have a weird little post commentary. I like live commentaries. Just because they're a bit more real, I get better. I feel like I do better reactions and stuff. Although I do manage to talk a lot more during these post ones. So anyways, if you like this type of video, if you like it being post or live or blah blah blah, tell me. And that'd be fantastic. If you like this video, be sure to hit like, maybe a subscribe if you want to see more. And of course, thank you for watching, you guys. And have a nice day. I'll see you around. Bye.